Betty, when you call me, you can call me Algarve. All right, Porsche Cup this week is at Portimão, Algarve. It's in the wet, both fixed and open. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think there's like one of them's 94% and one of them's like 84% chance of rain. So maybe you'll get a dry one, but most of them are going to be wet. I was able to get a 159 314. I talk about the settings a little bit when I go through the lap description thing, but I did the test drive with static weather and moderate rain, and then the rest of the settings you can see. I've got a link to my lap info in Garage 61 down in the description, and it should have like the ambient temperature and all that fun stuff in there to set up your stuff the same. I do that for all the stuff. It's just there's no thing that it shows the rain, but I don't we'll see how much rain there is in the actual sessions. This was the first wet one of these I've done. I'm not the best guy in the wet. Caveat, all that good stuff. Just figured maybe we can help some people out, and hopefully we'll have some good races when we do it. I should stop talking now. I've said my caveats, all that stuff. We'll show you the fast lap, then we'll go through what I was thinking when I was going through it. Yeah, here we go.
That was at 159.51. That's your quickest lap. Sector 1 time is good. Sector 2 is 2/10 off your best. That was a 159.31. That's your fastest lap.
All right, Algarve, Portimão. Porsche Cup fixed. Haven't touched the brake bias or anything like that. I've got all the weather settings should all be on the Garage 61 thing. I've got linked in the description. Except for, I think the only thing that it doesn't track is the rain amount, which I set to moderate, or precipitation level. But everything else should be in that Garage 61 link. We got ourselves a 159 314. I'm horribly inconsistent. I'm just trying to do my best in one of these wet things. I haven't quite figured out how best to. I'm still working on the wet. But anyway, we'll go through how we did this lap here. Front stretch is just all flat out First braking point is going to be right around this 250 here, maybe a little bit after. So we're going to start hitting the brakes. We're not going to really step on the brakes too hard anytime through here. Just we want to avoid locking up. So just on the brakes, and then we're going to start downshifting to help use the engine braking to help slow us down here. We're going to aim to get down to like second when we hit the corner. We're in third now, turning in. Gonna get to second. We're easing off the brakes at this point as we turn in, and then we can start putting the gas back on. And this is a tricky track at the best of times. When it's raining, it's even more so. We can actually, you can put your left tires on this without too much. You just have to be smooth about it, but we're trying to avoid that here. But we're going full throttle now. We're gonna have to lift a bit for this next corner. We're gonna try and take that in third. So we're lifting. Could have maybe kept a little bit more throttle in it. This isn't a pretty lap. As we go through here, we're gonna approach this this white line up here. We want to be on the brakes before it though. So we're gonna start hitting the brakes, slowing way down. We're gonna get all the way down to first, and it feels like you gotta be careful, especially if you're following somebody, because you get really slow coming through here. Because we're gonna pull in, just lifting the brakes as we do. Got to use a lot of wheel. It's way more wheel than you usually use on most tracks, but just use a lot of wheel because we're pulling in tight, and we're putting a little bit of gas in. We want to be, open up the wheel, put some more gas in. We want to get over on the right here so we can open up this next corner. That's what I'm trying to do. We're back to full throttle, turning in. And then we're going to lift as we come over this corner here. And maybe lift it a little bit early. And we're going to upshift. And we can get the left wheels on this curbing here without too much trouble. Just we don't want to be full throttle when we are on the paint generally. But we're gonna get full throttle here. You can touch barely this, but we really don't want to come over onto this paint here. It's a bad time. But we're full throttle, and then we're full throttle through here. Then we're gonna start braking. There's a white line that's just over this crest right here. We want to be braking by the time we get there. And we're going to start downshifting as well to help, again, with using the engine braking to help slow us down. And this is one of the corners that was like the toughest for me. Just trying to get a good shape through here. But we're just braking, easing off the brakes to trail brake through here. There's not a lot of grip down here. The water, it's wet, it's rubbered in. Just easing back on the throttle. And I had a tendency to slam on the throttle coming out here too soon. This was a kind of exception. Anyway, we're gonna straighten out and we're gonna get back into the throttle, ease it in, don't slam on it. That's my mistake here. So I went a little bit too fast, and we caught it. But if it would have eased in a little bit more gradually, or maybe short shifted, we could have done that better, and had a bit better of a drive out. But anyway, we're full throttle through here. We need to lift a little bit over this corner, lift, get back over here, and then as we approach this corner, we're gonna brake a bit. And I tried this a couple different ways. Going both trying to hit down here and going on the outside. I don't know which way's better. But we went kind of here this time, and then we're back on the throttle just a bit. And then we can get full throttle for a smidge. And then we need to start hitting the brakes around this white line right here. And then here we do want to pull up tight to this this corner here and then come out is our plan. We're just holding that little bit of brake pressure to get the car to turn. And as we come around, we can start easing the throttle in right about now. But we don't want to get full throttle until we get the car to come all the way around. There we go. Now we can get the throttle the rest of the way. And then we're gonna go and then get over on the right hand side. And then for here, it's like this part is slick, but there's a little bit of dry, less rubber, this more grip right here and right here. So we're gonna try and get our front wheels, our front left wheels in here, and then as we come out, we're gonna go to the right hand side. But to do that, we need a lift. I maybe lifted a little bit late on this lap, but it went okay for lifting. Then as we come around, it's slick, slick, slick. And we get more grip, and we can put the throttle in. And then we come back to the middle. And just hold that little bit of brake pressure there as we come around. And just hold that brake pressure as we're going. We want to get in on this apex here. And we'll come over. And then we'll start accelerating wide. Come out here. And then we'll full throttle through here. And then again on this corner, like this whole part here is really slick. So what I've decided to do is just come on this part up here, which feels like it's got more grip, like the top, the outside of this corner versus this kind of shiny part through here. I don't know how well that's gonna translate through the YouTube compression, but we're just going to go on the outside here. We'll lift. And ease the throttle back on. And then we're gonna have to hit the brakes here. And then we'll start easing off. And again, this is one of the tough corners where we gotta use a lot of wheel. We're just turning in, holding that little bit of brake pressure. And we'll start easing the throttle back on. And then as we come out, we'll straighten up the wheel. And as we feel the grip come back, we'll get back on the throttle. And I think I was a little bit too hasty with it on this lap, but it turned out okay. And we'll come out over here. Again, this part here's got a less grip, so we're just holding that little bit of brakes. And we're gonna come kind of out here to hopefully find some grip. We're back on the throttle just a smidge. And we're going to kind of cross over that slick part. And then we're back to throttle. Really modulating it here. Then we're back to full throttle. Then here, there's a couple of ways I tried it. I tried, because it's real slick right in this middle part here. I tried coming through here and then going out, because on the exit there's a big slick spot in the middle, and I'd have to lift quite a bit on the exit if I came in tight. So we were going around the outside. It feels like there's more grip there, and we can get on the throttle, full throttle earlier, which helps us get a good exit speed. So we're gonna hit the brakes and kind of stay on the outside here. So we're gonna hit the brakes, gonna keep a bit of pressure. And we're back on the, well, we're thinking about getting back on the throttle. There we go. Now we're back on the throttle, staying on the outside. So when I went on the inside, we'd be pushing through here, and there's like no grip until you get back on the outside. So here we're gonna stay on the outside, and we can get to full throttle now. We just have to make sure we keep at least a couple of tires where there's some grip. And we can just be full throttle through here. And then full throttle the rest of the way. It is easy to wash out. And if we get over here, like our left wheels through here, it's bad times. Just lift at that point and get the car back on the track. You're gonna lose a bunch of time. Alright, there we go. We got ourselves a 1:59.314 in the wet. So yeah, like I said, first one of these that I've done for a wet race. I'm gonna do the dry versions of anything going forward, as long as one of the fixed or open is in the dry. But if they're both in the wet, we'll do a wet one. Or if we've got one that hasn't changed enough to warrant redoing it, and one of them's wet, we'll do a wet thing there. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Wet races always are. We'll see how it goes when we get out there. If you want to watch along live, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman. And if you like this, thumbs up. If you didn't, if this wasn't helpful, thumbs down. I understand. I'm doing my best. We'll see. If you think I earned it, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Bye.